Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, today I'm going to tell you about my experience where I almost got deported. It's not even a lie. First of all, I just want to say shout out to all of you that have been subscribing even though I haven't been posting much on this channel. Thank you. I actually went live because I was supposed to post this video. I think you're watching this on Friday. I was supposed to post it yesterday on Thursday. And it was meant to be recorded on Tuesday. I did my makeup and I looked pretty, I felt pretty, and then my audio was just, my mic wasn't in, so, and it was lagging, so my sound was actually, anyways, this video is here. So I went on Instagram live and I basically was looking for motivation because I was just so defeated and I was like, I cannot record, but people said I should record. I couldn't record, I meant on that day. So I'm back and I did my makeup a little bit today, but not as, not as bomb as on Tuesday. But fact is, I am back. And actually my live was so fun, so thank you to everyone who was in that live and tuned in, and it was really fun. Like, I'm actually wondering if I should start doing a live maybe once a month and like answer you guys' questions, because it is easier for me to answer via live, because it's more like a conversation, unlike when I have to text everyone, anyways, so where do I start? So in Korea, when you come, you do get a new ID. You bring your passport, obviously, and your passport will have the visa that you will get in South Africa. But immediately when you come here, you have to apply for an ARC. ARC stands for Alien Registration Card. I know. They call us aliens. But people have actually petitioned to get that changed, so it is changed now, but I haven't gotten the new card, so mine still says alien registration card, and the first 6 numbers are the same as the one in South Africa because it's basically your date of birth, and then the other numbers are different. You need your ARC for everything. You need your ARC to open a bank account, to get paid, it's your life. It's like your ID. It's like literally your ID. But the catch is you have to renew it every single year, because most of our contracts are noise.
메레인하우스 입주민 여러분께 알려드립니다. 현재 태풍의 북상으로
So our apartments actually have intercoms, and I guess the building manager talks to us through them. There is a huge storm coming, a typhoon. I didn't know a typhoon until I moved here because we don't get them in South Africa, but it's basically strong wind and rain. And they canceled class tomorrow. The students will be learning online because that's how strong it is. And I guess that's what they're saying. I never know. Like, I'm always like, literally, they could be saying, guys, please evacuate, we are dying, and I wouldn't know. But I don't think they'd sound that calm, right? I think if it was dangerous, they'd also, I will sense and I will hear the doors opening and stuff. But anyways, back to the ARC. You do renew it every year because our contracts are 1 year long. Most of us have to renew our contracts every year. So basically, the immigration office will send you a letter reminding you that, hey, your ARC is about to expire. I usually get this letter, but somehow, or I don't know why, I didn't get it this time. Maybe they misplaced it in a wrong mailbox thing, because my building is huge. I'm on the 12th floor, so maybe they put it in a wrong mailbox. I don't know, but I just did not get it. So when you go re-sign your contracts with our employer every year, they do give you the documents that you need to renew your ARC, which is the schools, the name of the schools you're teaching at, where you're living, your taxes, everything. But they do it for us, so that's great. All you do is just show up and pay 60,000 Korean won. I signed my contracts around December, January, and it expires in February, so you just sign it a month before it expires, renew it. So she then tells me, don't forget, you need this letter to arrive, and then you can take it along. It's almost like a proof of residence because they sent the letter to that house. So if you genuinely live at that house, then you should be able to get it. Okay. That happens. I wait for the letter, I forget. The new year begins. Now your ARC usually expires the month after your contract ends. So even if you finish your contract in February, you'll still have 1 month to stay in Korea and I guess explore, do whatever you have to before you can leave, or you should leave. So now I'm changing schools. It's a new year. I kept my main school, but I changed my 2 schools. This is not up to me. It's just how it works. You don't even get a choice. It's also very random. You could get an elementary school, a middle school, or high school. It's, I've been lucky to be getting elementary. And yeah, anyways, they're changing my schools. I've got 2 new schools. So in total now I have 3 schools. And I was just stressed, like new environment, new teachers, new students, new transportation. How did I get to the schools? You have to cram new bus times. Like, okay, what time should I wake up to, catch the early bus to get at work at 8:30? What time should I leave my house? It was just a lot, So in the midst of all of that, I actually forgot that I had to go renew my ARC. Granted, I was still waiting for the letter from immigration, which I am saying I did not get. So for the first few weeks, I think I used to go check downstairs by my mailbox if I have anything, and eventually I genuinely forgot. Now, school starts, I'm busy, I'm teaching, I totally forgot. And then I was buying something online and it required me to enter my ARC. Immediately, I didn't even see it, but immediately a light bulb was like, girl, you did not renew your ARC. But I had hope. I was like, oh my gosh, it was already end of March, so I think it was in April. We were already in April, so I'm like, oh my gosh. I look at it and it has expired in March, but it's like second week of April. But I'm somehow chilled. I'm like, maybe they're gonna, give me a penalty. South Africa, like you just pay a little bit more, but nothing's gonna happen. So then I tell my teacher, and I'm expecting a very, oh my gosh, like, a young giggle, leave work early so you could do this and this. But in fact, she's panicking. She's like, yo, you're working here illegally. It's not okay. You need to have the right papers. She's like, let's go. She tells the principal. The principal is like, yo, you guys must go right now. The way she was panicking made me realize how serious the situation was. So I then start to panic a little bit, but I'm very calm, like my nature, I'm very calm. But I was like, thinking, oh my gosh. And then she tells me you might have to pay a lot. Now, if the ARC is 60,000 Korean won, I'm thinking a lot is like 120, I don't know. I just wasn't thinking it would be a lot of money. So we then get to the immigration office, and now because of COVID, you don't walk in. Usually you have to make an appointment because they don't, they're monitoring how many people do come in on a daily basis. But it was an emergency, I wasn't supposed to be in the country. So we get in and she explains the whole thing in Korean, and I'm so glad that she came with me. So it's literally the normal process. I do it by myself every other year, and I'm actually blaming Kim. Kim and I always go together. She always like, hey, I'm going to renew my ARC today. Do you want to come through? I'm like, okay, I'm also going. But Kim didn't renew her contract, so she's not with Epic anymore. She's not in the public school, but she is still in Jeju and is teaching at an international school, and I will bring her on my channel to explain more about that. It's not a Hagwon, it's an international school. I'll explain what it is on a different video. So Kim didn't renew, and I guess I also forgot because I always go with her. But it's the same process. Fill in a form, you pay the 60,000 Korean won. They take your fingerprints. It's just an update. They check your address. So your ARC has everything, your address, your whole bam bam, your life in Korea is in that thing. It's a small card. Then after that, she was like, let's go upstairs. And I was like, upstairs, why? Like, you know, I've never been upstairs. And it was like a serious type of setting, and they just asked me like, well, they were telling my teacher and then she was translating to me, but they basically asked if this was the first time my ARC has expired, and I was like, yes, like in a sad tone. Well, I was sad and I was stressed, so I wasn't even talking like this. Like now I'm happy, but it being in the moment, I was really like, what? And then she's like, oh, she says she has to check because you might have to be deported. Guys, hey, I literally saw my life flash, because like I'm not here in Korea just to like live in Korea or just for the vibes, you know. I'm actually here saving money, and you know, I've got plans. So literally the fact that I could have messed up my whole plan and my whole everything over this mistake, I was just like, what did I do? You know, what did I do? So I'm telling my mom, she's asking a lot of questions. I'm like, wait, I'll tell you. And then she's like, oh, because it's your first time, we're just gonna let it slide, and it's only 2 weeks, so we're just lucky that you saw it now, but you do get a penalty for every month. Because it's already the next month, you have to pay 500,000. That's $500,000. I did not have that type of money. Like, I didn't budget for it. Like I said, I save money. So I was like, what? And I saved money home, so I already sent money in South Africa. Luckily, Kim had money, so she borrowed me, and that's how I paid the 500,000 won. And they told me that like literally it could have been 5, 6, 7, 10 million. I could have been deported depending on the situation and why. Because my why was genuinely, I did not get the letter that was reminding me that I need to go. I didn't even have it. So, but that was frustrating that I had all the documents. I just needed that letter. And now Tendo has to go renew his contract, and I mean his ARC, both actually, contract and ARC, and he has the letter. So I genuinely don't know why I didn't get it. So I'll see this year if I do get it. But yeah, that's what happened. I don't know how they calculated. It goes up every week, every other week. And if it's just too long and you don't have a valid reason, then you can't get deported. So it was just a lot happening. And in that January month, I had also lost my grandfather, my grandmother from my dad's side, and recently now I lost my mother's mother, so my maternal grandmother, and that's why I also didn't post much. So this year has been a lot, but not just bad things, you know, even good things. Like I'm happy with where my relationship is at, with the way work is. I actually love my new schools. I do miss my old school, but everything is working out. So there's pros and cons of the year, but one thing I felt like I needed to do was be back on YouTube, because I do love YouTube and it's a hobby, and I love helping people and I love just sharing my experience, but I also care about my mental health. So like if I'm not okay, you know, like I said, I lost 3 of my grandparents in like a space of 5 months. If I'm not okay, I can't sit here and try to be okay. And my last videos, you know, I've cried every now and again because I thought I was fine, but it's okay. But sometimes I genuinely don't feel like sitting here and talking. But I'm back, and I'm happy that all of you have stayed loyal, have subscribed. The family keeps growing. Also make sure, if you want to know about my personal life, that you check out my couples channel. I will link it up here. And yeah, guys, if you're in Korea, or if you're planning to come to Korea, I just wanted to let you know that the ARC is very important. Make sure you don't lose it. Make sure that you don't forget to renew it, because you might get deported or pay lots and lots of money unnecessarily. So don't be like me. I hope you learned from my mistakes, and I hope this is a lesson for everyone who's here. I've definitely learned my lesson, but anyways, everyone learns their lessons through life and experience. So personally, for me, that 500,000 was a lot, so I'll never forget. But I get how someone watching this can still forget to renew their air receipt because it wasn't their money. So I guess if your memory is good and you love money, then you will never forget. But if you do make that mistake, then you also know that it's possible to renew. But you have two options: either you pay a lot of money, or you might get deported if you cannot pay the money, or if your reason is not good enough. Anyways, that's it for my first video. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about my story. I don't even know if it was a story time or what. I don't know. It was just me telling you my experience. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Peace.